Good evening, everyone. Thanks to Guild, thanks to VMware for this wonderful opportunity. And my speech will be categorizing into three categories, in the sense three levels. We will talk about what was yesteryear campus, what is today's campus, and what are the opportunities we have in transformation from in our digital transformation journey, and what are the challenges that is there everywhere. Whenever we move from one technology to a new technology, there will be challenges. So what are those challenges? And also our experience with VMware as a technology partner, how they helped us in our journey of digital transformation. So this is what I'm going to talk. So when I joined in VIT, the scenario was totally different. The servers are spread across, the campus is huge, and managing those infrastructure was a challenge for me, right? Today, yes, we have moved everything from a distributed environment to a centralized environment where we have the complete visibility of the IT resources, the utilization of the IT resources, and how you manage those resources. So that is the situation we are in today. Similarly, we never had internet access, or we never had internet when we were studying, but today everything is on internet. Without internet, you cannot even do your day-to-day activities in the campus. So, and we are in this era now. Then similarly, the unstructured networks, we had unstructured network in the campuses, but today that is the baseline. If you want to build anything, you need a stable and robust network, right? So campuses are moving from an unstructured network to a structured network, where it is the responsibility of the IT department or the support department basically to ensure that the IT service is available all the time. We never heard about digital library years back, but today everything is, whatever we are talking is in the form of digital. We have digital books or e-books, we call e-books, or digital journals are available. Everything is online and it's available to you, or to the faculty members as well as to the students. Blackboards were there, but today we are talking about smart boards, right? So I think most of your campuses might have some installation base of smart boards, right? So that is happening. Similarly, when the students pass out from the campus, what happens is we were all not really trained to be ready for the industry needs those days. But today, the expectation from the industries are the students have to be ready on day one. When they move out from the campus, they should be in a position to take up the jobs on day one. They don't want to get trained once they go out, right? So this is the kind of situation we are in, and which is making really for all of us to transform from a manual system to a digital system. And yes, when you say digital system, what is the basic requirement? We need to have a stable infrastructure available in our campus. Then only you will be able to deliver, or will be able to add the technologies over the infrastructure, right? So we need a stable system or architecture in your campus. Over that you can build other infrastructure. And we are also talking about lab anywhere, anytime. Anytime. So the students of the current generation doesn't have that the patience, or what you call the inclination to sit in the lab and do their activities, lab activities. Rather, they would like to have their lab exercise done when they feel like doing it. When I feel like coming to the class in the morning hours, probably I will opt the morning sessions. Or when I wanted to do my lab sessions late in the evening, yes, I should have the freedom of using those resources. So these are all the current trend of students who comes to a campus. And internet access, yes, it's available. I think most of our campuses are connected now. We have the NKN facility available, where you can share the visual or video lectures through the network. So that is available. Then we have classrooms today and digital library. Everything is, all those facilities are available. But The challenge is how we are going to use those materials, how we are going to use all this infrastructure in a effective and in a effective way. So that is the challenge which all of us face. As a teacher, you will have face a lot of challenges. Like, you want the students to use the right materials at the right time rather than wasting their time in getting into social media and doing the things. Like, even you find, like, there is distraction in the classroom because of the mobile devices which they bring to the classrooms. Like, there are certain campuses where they ban the mobile usage of mobiles in the campuses. So these are all some of the distractions, but it is our responsibility to bring the students on track. And what are the opportunities available for us to get into the digital space? Like, as I said, like, automation is one of the opportunity which is available in like, where, you automate the entire process of your IT infrastructure, starting from the admission till the alumni. Like, entire thing is automated, and you have a centralized database where all your students' data is available, and it's available for the students as well as parents anytime when they feel like, accessing to that. Then we are also talking about using the resources optimally. Like, how do you use these resources optimally? Like, you have servers, but are those servers are in use, or are they utilized properly? What is the kind of utilization which is happening in those servers? Or can we optimally use? Can we pool all these resources together, and can we utilize? Can we optimally use those servers which is servers as well as storage available in your campus? Then also we are also talking about energy efficiency data center. Like, the data center which consumes lesser energy but it gives more output. Like, where traditional data center we have complete entire area is cooled, whereas in smart data center you have or we call energy efficiency data center, we cool the area which is required or which is in which the servers are kept, right? So those kind of technologies are available today. Similarly, software defined data center. Like, most of your infrastructure is built on a hardware platform. Like, you have a firewall, you have servers, you have storage, but we can have a software over that and manage all those infrastructure. Like, for example, network virtualization. We are talking about server virtualization, network virtualization, those kind of things. So all these things can be managed or by using the software which is available in our data center. And also we are also talking about BYOD, bring your own devices. Like, students, as I said, students doesn't want to go to the lab and access the resources. Students wants to sit wherever they feel like sitting and accessing the lab resources, right? So this is the kind of mindset the people have got, the today's generation have got. Like, they don't want to get into four walls and do their learning, right? So, so that is another opportunity where you can allow the students to bring you their own devices and get connected to the network and access the resources. So maybe most of you might have already doing this kind of work, but like, when you bring this kind of infrastructure, definitely there will be challenges also. Like, you wanted to build or you wanted to be you wanted to do a lot of work in the digital transformation. In the digital transformation journey, but what is the real challenging things which come across when you do this digital transformation? So the biggest challenge which most of us face is the budget available. Like, each one of us are answerable for the money what we spend for the campus. Like, how much you are spending, and how are you going to justify that the investment is justified. Like, so budget is one of the constraints, especially when you go to your management. Like, you need to convince the people, like, this is the technology available and which can bring a lot of value to the students, but how do you bring this kind of technologies for that? How is the funding? Like, so budget comes to a major challenge for all of us. But if you can really look at the kind of mathematics, you find that your investment can be justified over a period of time. Then another thing is like the basic infrastructure. As I said, like you wanted to make a lot of changes in your system or in your infrastructure by bringing new technology, but your basic layer is not stable or strong, or what you call the basic infrastructure. Then building blocks over the layer, weak layer, will have a disaster. So yes, when you say that digital transformation, yes, I wanted to transform, but unless you are sure that the basic layer is strong, then building over the layer or adding other layers over the basic layer will have a problem. So that we need to ensure it. Then the last point, which is not so, which is it's not, though it is last, but the most important thing is the availability of skilled resources. We are talking about latest technology, bringing latest technology in our digital transformation journey. But when you bring those technologies, you need skilled people basically to manage, right? You cannot live with the people who are doing the desktops, laptop service. We need people who are well versed with this kind of technology. So that is another challenge which most of us will be facing. I wanted to bring in, but how do I, right? Do I have a people, I can bring technology, but do I have a people to manage this technology? Yes, right? So this is another concern which most of us, even I do experience this when we started our journey, way back in, I think we started in 2010 or 11, where we started consolidating the servers in a central location and started the virtualization journey, where VMware played a major role, right? They were with us as a technology partner, basically to enable the digital transformation journey. And in VIT per se, we have done a lot of work in this space. We have moved from the traditional desktops and servers to the centralized virtualized environment. Today we have more than 300 plus servers, virtual servers running in my data center. And to host these servers in the infrastructure, we have made a lot of investment basically to build the data center, to ensure that the servers are available all the time, and availability, accessibility, that's another important thing. Servers are available and it is accessible for the students as well as faculties as and when they need. So it is our responsibility as a head of IT systems, it is my responsibility to ensure that the resources are available all the time. So the concern what comes to my mind, to everybody's mind, is how do you secure those infrastructure? So we have technologies which is again from VMware, the NSX, network virtualization, where we can segment the entire infrastructure into, we can segment it, we can do the segmentation, thereby securing your lab environment from your production environment. So those facilities are available, our features are available in the system. So what I want to say is yes, virtualization, going forward, virtualization is going to be the technology which most of the universities or colleges will be looking for, because of the advantages we gain in administering or managing the infrastructure, as well as providing kind of conducive environment for the students for them to learn from wherever they are. They do not have to be there in the campus, they can be anywhere in the world. They can do their exercise. A person sitting in Singapore who is there on vacation is accessing my server and doing some GPU activities, right? Which we never thought about it. You need a typical workstation with the graphics inbuilt. But today we are talking about virtualized graphics which is available at the user end over internet, right? So that is a kind of technology available for all of us. And only thing is we need to have a vision, that is what is required for all of us. We have to be very clear on our plans, what we need to, where we need to go and how do we go. So this is what is required for all of us, because the journey is not going to be easy, though that it's going to be tough, but thing is, if you are focused and if you have the courage to take those challenges, yes, the life is going to be very simpler, which we have been seeing it, right? So with this few words, probably I will close my presentation here.